He's done it again. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more tone-deaf. It has. At a time meant for sacred reflection, our king made a choice, one that's left countless Britons stunned, confused, and outraged. It happened during Easter. It involved our faith. And it sent a message that some say could change everything. What exactly did King Charles say? And why are so many now questioning his role as defender of the faith? Stay with me, because this is not just another royal misstep. This is something far deeper. But before we break it down, first hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. King Charles has done it again, and this time he's taken it even further. In what should have been a solemn, sacred Easter message for the people of Britain, a Christian country with Christian traditions, and a monarch who holds the title Defender of the Faith, the king has chosen to dilute the occasion by praising Islam and Judaism. Yes, you heard that right. On Maundy Thursday, a day when Christians reflect on Jesus' humility and sacrifice, King Charles issued a message that did mention Christ, but then quickly pivoted to include references to other religions. He stated that the love Jesus showed reflected the Jewish ethic of caring for the stranger, and is a value echoed in Islam and other religious traditions. Why? Why is the monarch of a Christian country using one of the holiest Christian celebrations as an opportunity for interfaith signaling? This isn't a message for Interfaith Week. This is Easter, the most significant event in the Christian calendar. This is a time to reflect on the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ, not to make broad moral comparisons across religions. Let's be absolutely clear. Britain is a Christian nation. The monarch's role is not just ceremonial, it's constitutional. King Charles is the supreme governor of the Church of England. He is, quite literally, the defender of the faith. Not faiths, the faith. Singular. That title means something, or at least it used to. And yet, time and time again, King Charles seems determined to water that down. His Easter message comes just weeks after he issued a public Eid greeting to Muslims in the UK and around the world, posting Eid Mubarak on the royal family's official channels. Then came a Vaisakhi message to Sikhs. And just before that, Windsor Castle opened its state apartments. Yes, the historic rooms reserved for state banquets and visiting heads of state, for an open iftar, allowing over 360 Muslim guests to break their Ramadan fast in the heart of royal tradition. Now ask yourself, when was the last time Christians were invited to break bread in Windsor Castle on Good Friday? When did we last see a special message from the monarch honouring Easter without a cross-faith footnote? Why is it always Christianity that must step back, apologise, or compromise in the name of inclusivity? This is not about being against other religions. No one is saying Muslims, Jews, or Sikhs should not be respected. Britain is a free society, but it is also a society with roots, traditions, and a moral foundation grounded in Christianity. The problem here is that our own faith, the faith of our heritage, is being sidelined, and by the very man who is meant to defend it. It's not just us saying it. Even royal historian Alexander Lehman has spoken out, questioning the king's decision to reference other religions in an Easter message. He rightly pointed out that while Charles may have a sincere interest in interfaith dialogue, Easter is not the appropriate time or place for it. And he's absolutely right. This moment should alarm every Christian in Britain, because what we are seeing is the slow erosion of our national identity under the guise of tolerance. What's next? A Christmas message that avoids mentioning Christ altogether. A coronation ceremony that includes Quranic verses to prove how progressive we are. The British people deserve better. Our Christian festivals should not be diluted. Our traditions should not be cast aside for the sake of virtue signalling. And our monarch should remember who and what he is supposed to represent. King Charles may think he's promoting harmony, but what he's really doing is insulting the very faith he swore to defend. At a time when Christians around the world are being persecuted, and when church attendance continues to decline at home, what message does this send? That the faith of our fathers is just one voice among many, that Easter is just a multicultural celebration of general kindness. No, Your Majesty. Easter is about Christ, about sacrifice, resurrection, redemption, and the eternal truth of the Christian gospel. It is not a platform for vague interfaith pleasantries. It is sacred, and it must be treated as such. The British people have been patient. We've tolerated the slow drift away from tradition. But this latest insult during our holiest week, may be the final straw.
In other news, Sir Keir Starmer is facing a growing wave of industrial action despite earlier efforts to appease unions with nearly £10 billion in public sector pay rises. Teachers, NHS workers, civil servants, and university staff are all threatening strikes over pay, job cuts, and working conditions in the coming months. The fresh wave of industrial action threatens to cause chaos in streets, schools, and hospitals across the UK this spring and summer. In Birmingham, bin workers continue their standoff with the Labour-run council, leaving rubbish piling high on the city streets. Unite Union leader Sharon Graham warned on Tuesday that the chaos could absolutely spread to the rest of the country. She threatened to give the green light for action in other areas if councils targeted low-paid workers. The government has called in the army in an attempt to bring the Birmingham crisis closer to an end. The National Education Union also announced on Tuesday it would launch a formal ballot on industrial action if ministers' offer remains unacceptable. NEU leader Daniel Kebede warned that a fresh wave of teacher strikes could hit schools as soon as September. This follows disruption in 2023 when millions of pupils faced 8 days of walkouts by NEU members in England during nationwide teaching union strikes. Unison, one of the UK's largest unions, is setting the scene for fresh NHS strikes, asking health worker members in England and Wales if they would walk out if pay fails to keep up with rising living costs. Meanwhile, civil servants in Angela Rayner's department are planning strikes over office closures and work-from-home policies. Staff in 6 branches of the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government will walk out for up to 9 days from April 22nd, according to the Public and Commercial Services Union. Universities across the country are also facing industrial action in the coming weeks and months. Cardiff University staff will walk out on the 1st of May, followed by a possible indefinite assessment boycott from May 6th and 7 further strike days. Unite members at the University of Liverpool have been balloted for possible strikes during key exam and clearing periods. Other institutions affected include Keele, Durham, Sheffield, Edinburgh and Dundee universities. Andrew Griffith, the Shadow Business Secretary, said ministers were reaping what they sow with the industrial unrest. With the £31 million in union donations since Starmer became leader and private political summits with union bosses in number 10, it's no wonder the trade unions think they've got the upper hand, he told The Telegraph. A Labour spokesman responded, "We've been clear that there is a fair and reasonable offer on the table and have urged Unite to end the strike." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.